Because I remember reading a lot of really, really personal and hateful stuff. And it's not even what was written, it's what you become. It feeds into your life. You know, you go into a shop to buy some, you know, crisps or something, and they get slipped behind the counter and they put Robbie's CD on, and it's like a bad smell, follows you around. And that led me to then not going out the house for about 8 months at all.
Seriously?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You just didn't go out?
Well, because I was happy at home and no one could get to me there. So when I put weight on, people stopped recognising me, which meant the joke stopped. It was like the only time in my life I wanted to be forgotten. It's like, forget me, please, everybody. Forget my name exists. I thought in my mind, I've got to go back to where I started. So I went back to being a songwriter. So we got like 2 or 3 nice songs, and we thought we'd send them out to people. And people weren't listening to the songs. People were just going, oh, we don't want songs from him. And they were like, well, have you heard what they are? No, we just don't think it's right for our... So it got to the point where we were putting another person's name on these CDs because my name it just was turning people off straight away. It's like when you're not hot, nobody wants anything to do with you whatsoever.
In 2005, a TV documentary was made which reunited the Take That Boys for the first time in 10 years. The response to seeing the band together again was massive.
When we came back after all those years and we did that documentary, none of us knew how it was going to go at all. And then the next morning, my phone was filled with calls saying, you know, we've got incredible figures for the show. There's a guy that wants to put you all back on tour. There's some that want to do a big piece. It was like people wanted us back. And for the first time in years, I got on the train that morning, I sat in my seat, and I just took my glasses off and took my hat off and just thought, I'm happy to be me today. It was a very poignant moment, that was. And that was the day I thought, I'm gonna lose this weight as well. And it was like everything changed that day.
Off the back of the success of the documentary, the 4 Take That Boys announced that they were going to reunite for a greatest hits tour.
People realised there was a real nostalgia for the band and they were missed.
We thought everyone had forgotten about us, but it seems like they haven't. So I think we're really excited, and we promised to put on an amazing show.
And it just all fell back into place. And I don't think they could believe it, especially Gary, who'd gone through the hard times. He didn't expect to be given a break.
And I remember we signed them up in Birmingham. They were doing a show in Birmingham. And we'd signed the contracts. It was all quick kind of celebration and great. Look forward to hearing the music. And as I was going, Gary slipped a CD into my pocket for me to listen to on the way back. And it had Patience on it. And I just kind of thought, you're smart. You knew. You know something's going to happen.
Just have a little patience.
being offered to me.
Yeah.
So why not do it?
Gary has thrown himself into a multitude of projects, from climbing Kilimanjaro for comic relief to being head judge on X Factor. These last few years have been full on for Gary.
We went to watch the X Factor being filmed at the O2 and then got in a cab and went to Wembley to watch the boys perform at Wembley. I got back to the hotel after the gig. Gary called me. He said, "El, what do you reckon of the tour?" And I was nearly in tears. I'll be honest, I found it really emotional. And I told him, you know, I said, "Gaz, it's a funny thing going through it and coming out the other end of it. As good as he has, I'm proud of him."
He's in a position now where he's almost untouchable. You'd really have to think hard if a negative story came up about Gary, because the public backlash would be so strong against you if you presented a story they didn't like.
He has leaped into a new category, his own category. It's the Gary Barlow category. It's not definable yet.
Gary Barlow is now part of music establishment, and that's a very different place to be in.
You know, he's kind of following in my footsteps, and I love that.
If you've got the Queen asking you to sort out a few things for you, you're not going to be stuck for things to do over the next few years.
He does this thing where he goes, "What do you want me to sing?" Yeah. And you go, "Anything you want, what do you think?"
And we talked about what songs, and it's great, you know, I like the lad.
I'm sure you'd want me to thank Gary Barlow for helping to make the whole thing possible.
Do you feel like everything you've done, the Jubilee, is so positive right now that do you still get negativity at you if you look at things like Twitter?
Twitter's the only thing because I've done X Factor, I was on it a lot, but I actually quite like it. The best use of something like Twitter is for the last 12 months I've had this girl on there who her best friend must be my biggest fan, and she's been on there saying, "I want you to come to my friend's wedding and sing at it."
Right.
And we're arranging, I'm going to turn up and sing, and her friend doesn't know anything about it.
It's like the best friend in the world.
And it's funny as well, because like I've been to gigs and stuff as well, I've performed, and in the audience I've seen a sign with a hashtag, "Get Gary to Lou's wedding." So this girl has been everywhere, and I've seen it, which is why I want to do it.
It'll be incredible. It'll be the best. I feel for the groom in a way. Like, he's who my thought goes to. He's going to be like, "Oh, it's just me and you, babe.
I know.
We're having the best," and she's just going to go like that. "See you later."
Please,
Gary!
Gary!
Oh my God!
It's going to be good.
You're the love of my life.
True to his word, 3 weeks later, after 12 months of incessant tweeting and campaigning from her bridesmaid Emily, Gary arrived to surprise Lou at her wedding.
Put your head against my life. What do you hear? Million words just trying to make a song of the year. Close your eyes, but don't forget what you have heard. And it's trying to say words that make me scared. Million love songs later, and here I am trying to tell you that I care. A million love songs later.
To Lou, and Lou, really personal that. And if you like me, you call me Lou. Massive congrats on your special day, love, Gary B. 6 kisses. Best autograph in the world.
Million chances pass me by, a million chances to hold you. Take me back to where I used to be.
He's much more relevant and important, without being too grandiose about him, than now just his music. Because he's representing causes, projects, certain family values.
And